Hi, and welcome back to this new video about the data science accelerated course. In this video, we will see the Python functions, and from today, with the function, you probably have the most important tools for coding. What is a function? A function is a sequence of instructions that returns an output. It's possible also that you have one or more input, like for example in this way, but you mm, can have no input and an output. Um, why we need the function? Because in programming, probably you must have to, you must write some instruction, some operation more times in your project, and you don't want to every time write again something that you have just written in a previous part of your project. So you encapsulate this instruction in a function, and then you just have to call your function when you need it. So how can we write a function? The first command is diff. Then you have to insert the name of your function, in this case my function, brackets, 2 points, enter, and here we have an out indentation, and you can write some instruction that will be linked to this function. For example, print this is my function, print this is another instruction, and so on. Okay, so now if I want to recall my function, I just have to call it in this way. Just write the name of your function, brackets, and if you have an argument of a function, for example an input, you have to write it inside the brackets. Otherwise, you just have to leave the brackets empty and control space. I run the program, and this is my function, first instruction. This is another instruction, second instruction. Okay, so this is a very simple function that doesn't return nothing, because we have just called q function. We have just called 2 times the print function, but we haven't returned nothing. This function that is also very easy as this one, but it's a little bit different, because this function have this keyword return. Return means that this function have a specific output that you can assign to a variable. For example, here I'm assigning my second function output, that in this case is very simple, the 2, to this variable in this way. So I have run this cell. It seems that nothing has happened, but if I look inside this variable, now I have 2, because I have assigned the return the output of this function to this variable. Okay, another kind of function where you can put an input or more input if you want. In this way, for example, oh, sorry. Okay. This function will return the sum of these three inputs. So we can call in this way that is more speaking name. So func sum. Okay. We just have to pass into this function three inputs, for example 10, 5 and 20, and counter space 35. That is the sum of these three numbers. But and this is how this function works. And if I put inside the brackets a string, for example, like hi, hello, I'm hello, in this way maybe, hello, I'm not an integer. Okay, what will happen? We have an error, type error, more specific. And what does this error tell to us? Tells that this is an unsupported operand types, because you can use the plus operator between int and string. And this is exactly what I'm doing. I have said take 10 and sum it to hello. I'm not an integer, and Python can't do this. He don't know how to perform this operation, so he calls an error. So what we have to do in this way, we could, for example, do something like this, and we have this output, but it's not very useful because in this way we have lost the meaning of this function. This is a sum between three numbers. And what we can do, we can do a thing like this. We can write if type input 1 different from type of an integer, for example 1, and or that is better. I just have to repeat this operation for each input. So let me do this. Okay, this way. If blah 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 blah, return another thing. For example, be careful. This you must sum only integers, otherwise do that. And we don't need to put an else command like this, because once we have write the return instruction, when the program comes here and executes the return instruction, he will stop. He will exit from the function. So if blah 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 blah, if the input type isn't correct, it will return this. Instead, it skips this instruction and goes here and it does the right thing, the right work. So okay, control space to redefine this function, and then I want to run this, and now we have, be careful, you must sum all integer. And if I instead put a number, I will have the correct result. Okay, so in this way we have managed this tricky situation with a double return, two different kind of return. Okay, so I think that for the function it's enough, and like always, if you have some question, if you want more video about this matter, about the function, for example, because this is the function are very important element in coding. You just say me, hey, I need another video because this thing is not very clear, and I will do this video. Okay, so for tonight it's all. Bye, I'll see you in the next video.